Hi everyone, happy Thursday. It is your girl, humbly Dana from Day It Forward, coming to you live from my office, just because I feel that I have the most zen here as well as home, so those will be the two backgrounds and backdrops that you see. I do apologize, I had been meaning to send out content, and I hadn't in a little bit, and it's just because unfortunately they're all well, but my family had contracted COVID-19, and so it was a very trying time for me. My mother, my sister, and my grandmother, who's elderly, and so, all hands on deck, and sometimes things get put on pause in life, as many of you may understand and empathize or sympathize with. So just wanted to kind of go ahead and provide you that. If you hear any noises, I do apologize. That's my email and notifications in the background for work. So without further ado, today I wanted to talk to you all about something that for a lot of people it's hard to do. At least I know from my personal experience, I didn't know how to do it until I was like mid-20s, okay? So it's loving yourself. And so I kind of have a quote in the background here, if you can see. Quote of the day: a beautiful day begins with a beautiful mindset. And so with that being said, I think it's how we position ourselves in life, of how we are treating not only others but ourselves, right? So if you have the mentality and the mindset to put yourself first, to give yourself love, to pour into yourself, then that'll go a long way. Not only are you re-energized, but if you are holistically loving yourself, you're able to then transcend that love and that energy and that light to other people around you. I had previously spoken about toxic relationships, and those are energy drainers. Those are draining of your essence of individuality. And so today I really wanted to just touch on, once again, trying to keep these videos short, on loving yourself. I had a conversation, so I self-identify as Latina. I probably said that in one of the videos prior. And I was having a conversation a few years ago with my mom and my sister. And I had said, it's funny, it's ironic that we talk about how selfless we are, how much we have to give and give and give of ourselves to our family, to our culture, to our husbands, wives, whatever the case may be, our children. And we forget about ourselves. And so I posed the question, how do you self-love? How do you love yourself? And the room, you can just see it was, well, that question was never posed to them before. And granted, there is a difference as well in kind of our lived experiences, our life experiences, as well as education. So I truly do believe it was something that was not spoken to. It was not spoken of in the women in our family. It was not passed down in terms of our lineage, what are we leaving behind, our legacy of not only probably capitalistic or financial gain, but what about that emotional wealth? What about that holistic wealth in order to pour into other people? Because we're able to function with our villages. It takes a village. And so even if you don't know how to love yourself today, that's okay. If you haven't heard about this, then you needed to hear this today. And so before I forget, like the video, subscribe. I do promise more content is coming along the way. But something as easy as, you know what? I'm gonna take 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes for myself today with absolutely no interruptions. I love, for example, taking bubble baths. I literally turn off the light, I light my candles, I create my Zen atmosphere, right? And I allow myself to just be. Some people love to work out and go to yoga, or some people just take the morning for themselves before even life gets hectic, to make that little cup of coffee, to make that little cup of tea and journal or meditate. Right? These are all practices of self-love. And something a little bit popular now, especially with all of the technology, is maybe unplugging. Unplugging for a good, well, I have not done this, but I would love to say 24 hours. But if that's too much, then break it up. Unplug from all technology for 30 minutes, for an hour. And if that's okay, if you can do that, half a day. And if you're better than I am and the 24 hours is nothing, unplug for a weekend. Take your phone outside of where you sleep. Put it in another room. Can you do that? These are all methods on how to practice self-love. We cannot expect others to treat us how we would expect to be treated if we can't do it for ourselves. So just a little bit, remember my intention behind these videos was to be short and sweet, but I just wanted to go ahead and bring that love to you. So here's me self-loving myself, but also pouring into you about how to love yourself, how to put yourself first. And we live sometimes in a society where it's shunned upon, or people are judging, oh my gosh, they're so selfish, or what are they doing? No, it's okay to love yourself. Be considerate of others, of course. You know, you want to be there for other people just like you would hope and expect other people are there for you, but you come first. Because if your cup is running on empty, how can you be there positively for others? So that's my tip of the day. Love you all. I appreciate those who watch, and for those who pass on, blessings to you either way. Take care and be well. Be safe out there.